everybody. Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. It's the Ladies Takeover. Let's go. Woo!
Let's go.
Every time the music plays before the show, she is dancing to the Ladies Takeover theme
Yay.
song. Man, happy Thursday.
Woo.
Come on, everybody, get in here. We are so excited. This is our final show of the season. We are excited. Oh, I need everybody in. I need everybody to tune in tonight. It is going to be a special night. Let me make sure I'm sharing and letting everybody know. It's posted to all of our pages. Woo! Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I see it on Delilah's. Oh, there we go.
I was like, I did select all our things. Oh, that's something else we'll do off season.
Yes.
Make sure we can show it on Kate's feed somewhere and on Nicole's feed and Anthony's feed. So we're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You won't be able to escape us.
I got to send it over to our sister, Nicole. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Come on, get in here. We see you guys tuning in. Let's go. What's up, Nick? We are having this final show, and we cannot wait to celebrate with you guys tonight. I'm sharing this to everybody. Make sure I get all my people in here that know the game of football. What's up, Anthony? And you already know Anthony holding us down in the background. Let's go. Let's go. Let me make sure. All right, I'm sharing it to everybody.
Remember, comment on our YouTube feed if you want to see your comments live.
Yes, please.
Live. If not,
live.
YouTube,
please.
Yeah.
Join in on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try to tune in as much as I can on the Facebook.
We're going to try.
We're going to try. But if we miss a comment, please don't blame us. But I'm excited. Oh, look, Anthony already said it smells like hamburger in the studio. I love it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Let's Talk Football. Ladies, Takeover. Let's go. Man, I am Janae Strother, one half of the dynamic duo on Let's Talk Football with my boy Sean Spencer. And I get the privilege of every other Thursday hanging out with these dynamic ladies. And the perfect person next to me to go next is...
I don't know about perfect, but thank you. That was lovely. I love being here with my girls. And then my boy, Anthony, in the background, who you see us on Tuesdays on the round table. I'm a little delirious today. It's been a long day at work, but then I went to the gym and I literally scarfed down a double cheeseburger before jumping on the show. So that I can make it through for y'all with some protein so I can make it through the show.
That's what I'm talking about. Build up the strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
And last but not least, who do we have right under us?
I am Kate, creator of the Ladies Takeover Alverson. And I just want to let you all know after that Super Bowl, it is TB12 always. It always the GOAT. Like I told y'all 2 weeks ago. So let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. And we can't forget our fourth host, Nicole. Nicole is not with us today. She had something to do, but you already know she is here in spirit. We may not have the great punchlines like her or the great little joke like her, but she is felt in spirit. Shout
100%.
out to Nicole. We wish you were here, but we got to go forth. And in the background, like she said, Anthony Handy's holding it down as our producer. Always on time, always there to help. Shout out to our guy, Anthony. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you,
guys,
Anthony.
We gotta get into this thing. We gotta get into it. We have the Super Bowl aftermath. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, guys. There's some Super Bowl that we have to talk about, man. There was some most overrated moments, some underrated moments. We need you to chime in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. But there were some moments that were awesome. I'll go ahead and go first, ladies. there was an underrated moment that I thought was just phenomenal. We had talked about it on our previous show about some dynamic rookies showing out. And for me, I just think that the Cooper DeJean touchdown right on time, where you thought that Kansas City may be
Absolutely.
able to, come on, push it down the field and get into the game. With Cooper's touchdown, not only did he get the touchdown, but he was able to shake 2 or 3 people to get there and bypass and push through and get that touchdown. I thought that was an underrated moment. Shout out to the rookies. We've been talking about that defense, and I mean, they showed out. And in my opinion, I thought that was a great highlight, man. What you think, Kate?
Happy birthday, Cooper DeJean, on the Super Bowl. With your pick 6 on Mr. Discount Double Check. Maybe he could have used one. Because I'm telling you right now, that just was money. I was like, I love it when a Big Ten player does really well. And when I saw that Iowa boy do that, I was just like, yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
So, I'm just going to tell you right now, he ain't the GOAT. But that was one of my absolute favorite moments of the whole Super Bowl, was watching him, because it was his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
To get that pick 6 was like the icing on the cake.
Him and Saquon. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Birthday too on the Super Bowl.
And
that's
you
crazy.
saw how like their number ended up to like 59, and it was Super Bowl 59, and it was like meant to be.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
All right, Kate, what was your highlight of the moment? Like, what was your overrated, underrated moment?
My favorite highlights were every sack that Patrick Mahomes took. I was like, get him more. Like, do you know those like memes you see where it says more? I want more. That was me screaming at home, I want more. But like, there were so many good things that I saw that defense for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, I have never seen them shut down Travis Kelce like they did and be able to cover him. They have so many offensive weapons.
Oh, yeah, big time.
So they have like Pacheco, they have their Hunt, they have Kelce, they have Worthy.
Absolutely.
They have all these weapons, and it was like
Worthy had a good game, but he was overshadowed.
But they got put in it's like the weapons got put in the closet and weren't allowed to be used, and it was pretty amazing. Like, kudos to Vic Fangio for calling such an amazing. To me, he was one of my underrated moments, because I think he was the real MVP of that game for how he called that game.
Let's go. I love it, because I totally agree.
Yeah.
The defense was just freaking phenomenal. I mean, you can't. They all played really well, but think about 4 defensive linemen holding the game down with 4 men.
Yes.
And having a game plan to really just capitalize and make Patrick Mahomes shook. And that's what we got to witness for the very first time, because I don't think I've seen him shook.
No.
But that was a shook
like that
situation.
Yeah, not like that.
Delilah, what you think? What was yours?
Yeah, for me, underrated is the fact that everybody for so long have said that, that it's new school, defenses don't win Super Bowl anymore, the run game is gone, right? That old school football, people insisted do not win Super Bowls, but the Eagles proved that they do. So that whole mentality of the running game and the defenses in the Super Bowl not mattering anymore, that game proves you that is not the case.
Absolutely.
It's who executes it the best.
Absolutely.
And then you realize just how important a defense is in a Super Bowl game of this caliber with a quarterback like Kermit on the other side, right? So, again, and the run game, they had a tight run game too. And
yes,
that's
they
why
did.
and so it's like, do not forget the fundamentals. And I feel that's what happens. The fundamentals of football get forgotten. And then I agree with Kate. Vic Fangio, he should have shared that
Lights
MVP with Jalen. No hate on Jalen. Do not come for me, Jalen fans. I actually like the kid. I think he's a great quarterback the whole time. Because even the last Super Bowl, people forget that he played toe-to-toe with Mahomes. It was a shootout.
Absolutely.
And I think people forget that part. So I will never deny Jalen as a top-tier quarterback. And this game proved it, by the way.
Very much so.
That
Absolutely.
he is mentally really mature for his age.
Yes,
as a quarterback. Except he never looked rattled once.
No.
It was ice in his veins. I know like the kids don't do that anymore. It's not cool, but still, but it was ice in his veins. He even after the pick six, and it was one time. One time that was enough. It didn't throw him. He recovered, boom, and he came back for his team. And so that was a great moment for me, seeing Jalen, have a good game. But yeah, that for me was underrated. The idea that the defenses and run games don't matter in Super Bowls anymore. So that for me is underrated. Overrated was somebody's special visit, spending millions of dollars of taxpayer money to go to the Super Bowl. That for me was overrated.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand that.
That's all. I won't say no names, but y'all know already.
But I also know, but on that point too, I also think the overrated reaction of Taylor Swift.
That was awful.
She's been there.
Yeah, I
agree. It's not like she's just showing up to the Super Bowl, just to be a random show up. She's been at every single one of his games. She supported him. I do think there's class, and I think that you should not, just boo them just to boo. I mean, she is actually an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I know she is. I know people forget.
She is an Eagles fan.
She's from Pennsylvania.
People that know should know that she's actually an Eagles fan, but it can't help, that she has.
You gotta root your man.
Her
Come
life
on.
is on the Chiefs. But it is what it is.
I love that Saquon Barkley came out in defense of her and released the statement he did for Taylor and said that was unacceptable. That Philadelphia Eagles fans did that.
Yeah.
And so I was really proud of Saquon for doing so. But going back to like the whole defense thing, I will say it once and I will say it twice because I'm a defense girl. Defense wins championships.
That's what I'm saying.
Defense wins championships.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And if you don't believe it, didn't believe it then, you better believe it now.
Come on, you better preach because the thing is that defense was on fire. I mean, all of it, offense, defense, special teams. If you want to play a perfect game, in my opinion, the Eagles gave you a perfect script to a perfect game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
What else could you ask for?
They really did a nice job. That was really great coaching, by the way, too. I feel like in general,
extremely good.
I think in general, the coaching was just phenomenal.
I mean, just some of the passes he threw in, like how he was not shook at all to throw him, and the poise in the pocket where Mahomes looked like this scared little kid not wanting to leave a room because the boogeyman's out there.
And Nick Sirianni got his Super Bowl win, and he's a young coach.
I was so happy for him because some people in the past are like, fire him. He's not a good coach.
They were just saying that in the past offseason. How the team wasn't coming together. They lost 2 games, and the world freaked out about.
I know. Oh my God, that was hilarious to me.
And they never lost a game after that.
When not just that, I'm like, it was only 2 years ago they were in a Super Bowl.
Right.
How do you not count that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, thank you. And on track to have a perfect season last year until them. But they won 10 games in a row and then it just fell under. But they are a good team, good coach. I mean, they had a game plan. Literally, we know they're going to come after Saquon, and we're going to make them play at every facet of the game. I thought it was beautiful. Could not have asked for a better Super Bowl. Very entertaining. But we got to move on to our next segment. Delilah, what do we got? Best worthy.
Come on, now share. Meme-worthy moments. You want to share some emojis? Come on. Where's the 21st century? It's fine.
Yes.
Share some memes.
They had some crazy memes. But I think one of my favorite memes was there was a picture of Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, and it looked like Travis Kelce was yelling at Andy Reid, and the tagline says, "I was supposed to propose today."
I saw that.
I thought it was funny. With all of the rumors that he would propose, retire, do all of the great ending that you're supposed to do, and none of that happened. So I did think that was funny. What you got, Delilah?
I feel like a meme-worthy moment is going to be like basically the whole Kendrick Lamar halftime show. Every single part of that show was meme-worthy. Literally all of it. Social media is chock full of memes from that halftime show.
Oh, yeah. Just by the halftime.
So his whole show is meme-worthy. Sam Jackson coming out as Uncle Sam, him looking at the camera, say Drake. Serena Williams crip walking. That so many memes in that literally, like, I feel like as soon as that show, like, because the internet always wins, right? Literally right after that game ended, like, there were memes all over the place. The halftime show was meme-worthy, like the whole 12 minutes. Thank you, Kendrick Lamar.
That was one of the best halftime shows.
It was awesome.
Those memes are going to be everywhere.
Because, as you thought about it, there was a lot of people that didn't get it, but you definitely got it within 24 hours. Because of
memes
all
everywhere.
Of the memes and the videos that people were describing of each thing that you're like, wow, I didn't even pick that up.
Memes.
You know what my favorite part was? His necklace with the A minor.
Yes,
I loved that he wore the A minor necklace.
And then assassin.
He brought out mustard.
That was fantastic too.
I was just like, yes.
So good. Cerebral assassin with that super halftime show.
Perfectly put. And the best part about that is that the Super Bowl halftime artist, whoever it is, all of that is on them. The production, you don't get paid.
They don't get paid to do it.
The Super Bowl.
No.
So for him to go the extra mile, to put extra thought into it, to make people really be like, I can't wait for us to see an interview.
Sam Jackson to do his halftime show. He paid Sam Jackson, Serena Williams.
To have even the thought and the people were talking about Serena was only in there because of Drake. It did make it sweet because it was Drake.
It did.
But the fact that when she crip walked, when she won the Olympics, and they made such a big deal about her.
I remember that. So I like that he brought her back. Like, go ahead,
and
girl.
she got to crip walk at the Super Bowl. Not only did I win the Olympics, you guys talk trash about me, but I got invited to a halftime show.
I was livid every time they dunked.
Can I just say, as a car enthusiast, I was like, you really cut out the bottom of that beautiful car.
It was a beautiful car. Like,
it took a lot of work to get the car there.
The other memes.
30 people jumping
out that car. Yes. That was the other
Everybody
thing.
Everybody noticed it. It was like, wow, how many people are going to come out of this car? This is crazy.
It was like a clown car.
And all the little intricacies of them being the American flag, the dancers.
That whole show was a meme, like, seriously.
Awesome.
And all the symbolic messages to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even, the American flag and us being bobbleheads. And it was so beautifully put together. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
we all talked during the Super Bowl. We all talked about it. We all felt the same way. It was phenomenal. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl. Good one, Delilah. Kate, what do you got for your moment?
I love when they showed the bench and they're all like, Travis Kelce looks like he's ready to cry, and he's looking at the camera and he's literally looking up to the suite where he's got Taylor. Like, please don't break up with me. Please don't. But he looked really, and then when they showed Patrick Mahomes and it looked like he was ready to cry, and I'm just like, pride comes before the fall, and it fell really hard on you guys. Yeah. And I saw so many, and like Andy Reid just had this blank stare on him at one point, and I was like, and somebody made a meme of, this is not how this was supposed to go.
Yes, I saw that one. Yeah.
You know that they had 3P merchandise already made up.
Ready, yes.
And now it's been donated to different countries where people will wear it and not realize what they're wearing.
The Eagles have done that twice. They did it to Tom Brady, I'm sorry. And then they did it to Patrick Mahomes.
They just, I'm telling you, the Eagles, man, they are that. But it all shows
they crushed 2 3-peats of two football dynasties, which is like crazy.
Yes, and
when you think of it.
The defense, and it proves that defense can win a game, and if you come in with the right game plan, because you got to figure out, like, let's not take away that Mahomes and Tom Brady
we won't.
I know you won't, but I'm just saying they're geniuses,
right?
And so for you to have Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes as literally quarterback geniuses, and to make those players
ruin their 3P,
flabbergasted about what you're doing on defense. It shows how great the coaching staff really took.
Do you remember that hit that Mahomes took to his face mask?
Oh, yeah.
There was a meme that said, should have used Allstate.
That's good. He needs he needs a mayhem guy.
Yep. It was absolutely insane. Oh, we got some comments. Oh, Anthony's lighting it up. The Giants front office has to be sick. My homeboy doing frustrated lip blow on the sideline. Just super upset. Man, I thought Sam was going to sip and yell, say mustard one more goddamn time, I dare you. I double dog dare you. That's what I'm talking about, because the thing is, it was such a beautiful, the day. The day was beautiful. It was what we were looking forward to, and it was a surprise. Like, I thought that the Eagles were going to win. I think we all had said that we thought the Eagles were going to win.
We did. We all but Nicole picked the Chiefs, actually.
Yeah, Nicole did.
Which is funny, because she's been pretty good the whole season.
She's been solid. She's beat us like every year. But for us to go in and have that type of game where it was a complete domination.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
wow.
I think
they won the way we said, though. All three of us said, the only way you beat the Chiefs, you have to keep Mahomes on his butt. You have to keep pressure on him and don't give him any time with the ball at all whatsoever. No time. Keep his butt off the field. Rattle his whole offensive. Like, just keep at him. And that's exactly what they did. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Next segment, I guess.
The next moment, the biggest what if moment, if one play or decision went differently. Yeah. I think that the play where I actually was like, okay, it's over, is when they came back from halftime. Because even at 24-0, everybody in the back of their mind is like, okay, it's Patrick Mahomes. We have seen him this season come back from a big 20-point deficit.
Yes, we have multiple times. Yes, multiple times.
In my mind, it wasn't that they were going to win, but they were actually going to turn it on and actually make it a game and make you think that they were going to come back. So when they came back from halftime and it was another 3 and out, in my opinion, I knew it was over. I knew, and at that, I thought it could have gone differently at that moment, but after they went 3 and out, after halftime, after Reed was able to get into their minds and tell them what he was seeing, and halftime is where the coaches make the adjustments.
Yeah,
you can tell from that first drive that no adjustments were made, and it really made me mad because I felt like he put too much on Patrick Mahomes. We know
I agree.
that he can do. We know what he can do.
I agree with you in that.
But they stopped the running game altogether, and
they did. It was bad.
It was really bad.
We're just gonna make you throw it, and yes, the running game wasn't great at the beginning, but you should never give up on it because the defense had your wide receivers locked up.
Right.
But they also had it clogged up the middle too.
Yeah,
but that's on purpose.
And then the run game is how you tire out a defense, though. That's why you do it. That's how you tire them out, because you're gonna break through. Like Saquon has proved all season. It doesn't matter how many times that you're going to double team him, 3 guys, 4 guys, he's going to break through. Just like Derrick Henry would do. Right? All the best running backs, which they were in this game. Pacheco is a great running back. I don't want to talk about him much, but you know what I'm saying?
They barely used them.
And so, again, we know that top-tier running backs, they're going to bust through at some point. Yes. They're going to spin out. They're going to, whatever it is, they're going to break through and they're going to have a great run. And so sometimes it scores a touchdown. We've seen it. Oh, so I agree. Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm actually surprised.
It was crazy that they just didn't use them. And then
I'm surprised.
But their game plan, the defensive game plan was we're only going to use 4 people at the line and crowd.
That was Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
Going back to it.
Yeah.
The way he set up that defense was for the blitz was money.
Right.
You had a better chance of trying to run than you did within the field because they put everybody in the field for you to throw the ball and get caught up. The interception showed it. I mean, both interceptions showed it. It's just they wanted you to be able to do that. And for you not to switch the game up, Andy Reid, in my opinion, I think that you're like one of the GOATs of coaching. I just felt like that was a mistake by just hammering it on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
His offensive line was really weak. They couldn't stop that defense.
I don't know.
No way
4 on 5 and couldn't stop it.
There was no way for a running back to get through that offensive line because the defensive front four was already defeating the offensive line to allow a run.
Yes,
I just wouldn't give up on it, though. I agree with Janae on that. Like, because eventually you do make, something happens, right? We know that football, they're all human beings.
I think they already saw the writing on the wall with how well the defense was playing and that they couldn't get anything. So passing was what they thought was the option.
I don't know.
I mean, but you tried it. I mean, how many times did you try passing as the option and just nothing? It was just
Worthy was the only one who had anything going.
And that's the what if for me too is what if the Chiefs had got him going earlier in the game? You know what I mean? Yeah. Travis is locked up. They are not going to let you get to your guy. Why was Worthy being talented? He's been good all season. Like, that's the only thing that doesn't make right. Worthy has been a really consistent playmaker for Patrick Mahomes the whole regular season.
He's quick.
Like, he's light-footed. He's young. It's like, what if would be if they had got him started sooner, like in the first half? Like, you know what I mean? Like
anything.
Like if they had gotten him sooner, would the game at least have been close like it was the 2 Super Bowls ago? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying the Eagles would not come out on top, but would it have been such an awful, like, lopsided first half if they had at least been using the talent that they had? Which, again, my what if is, or maybe my WTF, Andy Reid! Maybe!
I think Andy Reid was delusional.
Maybe you're like, you're not even that old. You just look like an old man. But, like, what's going on? Do you need maybe sometimes it happens. Maybe you do need an offensive coordinator to help you make some plays.
Yeah, make some decisions.
Maybe it just can't be you anymore. Just, it happens. You get to a point where your plays are, like, stayed. They're not new. They're not fresh. And sometimes you need that fresh blood.
Yeah, or just somebody to come in and bring something. Yeah. Let's add this in there right now. Let's do this.
Yeah.
There was no trick plays. There wasn't anything to get anything going. My biggest what if is I don't really have one because it just went the way that I wanted it to go. But my what if is could they have shut them out if he hadn't started putting in the B team for the Philadelphia?
True.
Because they started playing the B team right when Kansas City started scoring.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got scoring. They started subbing out the good players for the B team.
Yeah, that's true.
100% true.
My what if is could there have been a huge shutout had Sirianni not put in the B team because Pickett got to play almost a full quarter.
Yeah, he sure did.
Who would ever put on your bingo card Kenny Pickett plays a quarter in the Super Bowl?
There was an interview that somebody did about that too. One of the Chiefs.
How mad are Pittsburgh
Oh, pissed.
Because even as a backup, it don't matter.
That was another meme
It doesn't matter. He
do
gets
nothing
a
on
ring.
a group project. To do nothing on a group project and still get an A. There was a picture of Kenny Pickett right there, and I'm like, that was perfect. That was absolutely
great.
I mean, but in my opinion, my last what if on that one is, what if they started like going for it on fourth downs? Eventually, like they were so bad that I don't understand
their confidence was too shook.
By halftime, though, you should have been going for it on every fourth down. It's 20 freaking 4 points. My what is if the Chiefs won what Travis had proposed to the Swifter. I think so.
I don't think so.
We'll never know.
So.
We will never know.
It's going to happen in a private moment. As a
agree.
It's going to happen in a very private moment. She's probably gotten pissed if he would have proposed at the Super Bowl.
She's a private person, even though
she's a very private,
very private person. But we'll never know. There was bets out for it, but we'll never freaking know. But we got to move on to our next segment, the legacy impact. What is that? What we're going to?
Yeah, I don't know why it disappeared all of a sudden.
Who benefited the most? Man, Kate, what you think?
Who benefited the most in this Super Bowl? I think Jalen Hurts, because I think he shut down a lot of the talk about who he is as a quarterback and what he's able to do and what his abilities are. And he had such a good game. He was running, he was passing, he was doing his thing as a dual threat quarterback. So I think he shut down a lot of the talk that he's not able to finish in the big game. And I think he finished really well and very humble. I love that picture of him just sitting against the wall, smoking his cigar, holding that trophy. Like that to me is true Jalen Hurts. He doesn't like the attention on him. He's very humble. He doesn't really like all the glitz and glamour. He always gives credit to God, his teammates. It's not about him. So for me, he's the one who benefited most because I think he needed that win and the way he got it to say, look, I'm here. I'm in the NFL. I'm a damn good quarterback. And you better all start recognizing me for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Delilah, what was yours? Who benefited?
I think Cooper DeJean. Like, when's the last time? I forgot his name. I'm sorry. When is the last time we saw a top-tier white cornerback? No offense, but people keep calling him the Caucasian cornerback. That didn't come from me. It's funny because we don't see that anymore, really, right? Look at cornerbacks. This is just statistics, okay? Like, I'm sorry. It just has nothing to do with anything. It was dominated by black athletes. That is just what it is. And Cooper DeJean is making a name for himself.
Yes,
well, I don't know. I don't know if we can call him the Great White Hype because that belongs to somebody else in a different sport. But, like, I think he cemented a nice little pebble towards that legacy because what he did in the Super Bowl is crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a rookie. I don't think people understand. He just turned, what was he, 22? He's a child.
Yeah, come on. Got a Super Bowl
He
early.
He was so good at Iowa.
He's a child. And so I feel like he's on his way, okay? Super Bowl as a rookie, and he picked off one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay? And ran it back for a touchdown. I don't understand. I don't think you guys understand, like, how insane that is.
Absolutely.
So I think he
did it benefited. He did it like it was part of his game his whole life.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yo, both of you guys had great choices, but I got to give it to my boy Saquon. Saquon, finally. I mean, out of all of the hate that he received, you think about it, this man played all of these seasons. We know that he was great. We know that he was top 3 100%. The entire time that he's been in the league, but He did get hurt sometimes. And we know that the team that he was on didn't quite reflect Super Bowl looking. But we knew that he had caliber. And if he just got to the right team and the right situation, it's the same thing as Christian McCaffrey going from the Carolina Panthers over to San Francisco. You know that the player is dynamic. It's just waiting on to get on a team that's ready. And by golly, that guy right there, he got his Super Bowl. He can look back at the Giants, even though I know he's been so humble with every conversation about the Giants. He's been amazing. He's never clowned them. He's never said anything wrong. But I know that they should feel like idiots for getting rid of by far the best player. And with the situation that they're in now, not even knowing if they're going to be good anytime soon, they got rid of the only saving grace. And for him to go to a new team, a fresh team, and to show the world, not just anybody, show the world that he is one of the best and the best, because this year he was number one running back in the league. Shout out to Saquon for getting a Super Bowl, man.
I knew he could be because I watched him at Penn State. He was a freak of nature at Penn State. So I knew he had the potential. He just had a bad team. But I have to give one shout out before the show is over to my boy Trevor
We
Kingman
got time.
from the Philadelphia Eagles. So he is one of 10 players in NFL history to win a national championship in college, then get drafted in the NFL, and then go win a Super Bowl. So shout out to my boy Trevor, back-to-back champions, college and professional.
Let's go.
Go Blue.
I love that. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. You just never know, and that's what I think that we all agree on. Is I know that you just never know what you're going to get each season, and just this season did not disappoint, man. Each of these things did not disappoint. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. We see you guys in the comments. Man, look, 22 years old, living the dream, like he said. He probably sleeps with that football when he goes to bed. I would. My head right there, man. Absolutely. All right, so we got something fun that is taking place next. We hope that you guys give us some answers. If you guys are watching, you got to give us some answers. We got some Super Bowl trivia questions.
But before we have a little thing from Nicole.
Oh, yes. Special from Nicole, man. We cannot forget that. Let's go ahead and do it, Delilah.
So she couldn't be here live, but we love her. I don't know if you follow Nicole on social media. If you don't, you should. She's very talented.
Yes, she is.
She does like amazing stuff that I could never. And she does wonderful cosplays. I mean, just amazing. And so she was flying to a convention. That's why she's not here tonight. But she did have something for you guys. So I'm going to play this and go take your water break or something and enjoy this.
Oh, miss me? You certainly did. I'm not there right now. I'm in a plane on my way to a con in my characters. What I thought of the Super Bowl #1, it was okay. I didn't get much of the commercials, but I did look back at them, and I liked the seal one. Pretty good. The other things I have to say is thank you so much for a wonderful season to my co-hosts. Sorry I'm not there to join you. It's been amazing season with you guys, and absolutely love you guys. You guys take care. And I do like your guys' teams. They're okay, especially those Cowboys. Other than that, my takes is I'm a little sad that Taysom Hill for the New Orleans Saints might not be joining us next season. He's not even back from injury, and we are in the worst cap space ever. I think it's minus $60 million. So we are looking to maybe get rid of him, which is sad because I'm still awaiting the jersey that I got in New Orleans that I got ordered. So I might not even be able to wear it, but that's okay. I hope he goes to the Cowboys because then I can cheer him on and get one of those jerseys. Other than that, yeah, I was really hoping that Patrick Mahomes would keep in the bag, but yeah, I got some videos too of it, and it was really great.
Woo! My girl Nicole, man, I freaking love it. You already know, even when she's traveling, even when she's got things to do, she makes time for the Ladies Takeover, man. Shout out to our girl, Nicole. Oh, we miss you and love you too. So sad you can't be here for this show, but you know you're here in spirit. We got your bubble right here. We feel you right here with us. That video just made us warm inside.
Miss
I love
her.
it. Oh, miss you. Thank you. That was so cute. You always
It
do the
was.
best little videos.
Always, always, always. All right, now we got to get into our Super Bowl trivia questions. All right, so we need to make sure that I've got to get all of them right. All right, so what was the coldest Super Bowl ever played? Does anybody know that question? We're going to be looking in the comments, trying to see, does anybody know what the coldest Super Bowl is? Anyone? All right, we got the answer. It was Super Bowl VI in 1972, held by the Tulane in the Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, with a kickoff temperature of 39 Fahrenheit, which is 4 degrees Celsius. Fun fact, despite the chilly weather, the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Miami Dolphins 24-23. I like that one. You know what, Delilah? When I saw the trivia question, I said that was a good one. Let's go. I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, that was funny. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, I don't think people know that one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Let's see if you guys get the next one right. Delilah, read this one.
All right. Which Super Bowl halftime show featured a surprise appearance by Destiny's Child? That was such a good one.
All
Everybody
right.
know? Come on, that's Queen Bee.
The answer.
All right. That was Super Bowl 2013. She headlined and she brought out Destiny's Child and all of us who grew up with Destiny's Child. And there were 4 of them. I wish they would have brought out the 4th one. We remember Destiny's Child well.
Yes,
we do.
And we cannot forget what happened during Beyonce's Super Bowl. She knocked the power out.
Yes, she did.
Quarterback was able to summons the power god and say, let there be some points. And they were able to come back from a huge deficit and beat the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to Beyonce knocking the power out. Let's
Sorry,
go.
Anthony in the background.
Hey, I'm not mad.
I know you're not mad.
I ain't
I'm
mad.
not mad at all.
I'm liking it.
All right, Kate, would you read the next one?
Which company aired the first ever Super Bowl commercial?
Ooh. Let's see. I would have thought that it was like Budweiser or something. I don't know. They've been doing it for so long. I think it. What was the answer for this one? I think it was Bova, a watch manufacturer in 1967. The ad was a simple image of a clock with a voice-over stating "America runs on Bova time."
Well, those watches are expensive.
They are very expensive, so they could afford the Super Bowl spot.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think people realize how expensive
at that time.
They're extremely expensive.
To be at the commercial. Bova right now.
If you don't know what a Bulova is, think Rolex.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's the status of Bova. You're right. Absolutely. All right, next question.
Kate should know this one.
All right. If you don't know, then you probably have been living under a rock and maybe new to the football world. But who has the most Super Bowl MVPs?
Go ahead, say it. Say it, Kate.
My tummy.
Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He has played in 10 Super Bowls and won 7 of them, ladies and gentlemen. Won 7 of them. But shout out to Tom Brady winning those Super Bowl MVPs. All
And
right.
just so you know, I'm a Michigan fan, and that's where he went. It wasn't about the wins in the NFL. I've been a fan before then.
You've been a diehard since the very beginning. Don't question Kate on her team or her man. Okay? All right, next question.
Ooh, remember this one? Woo!
You gonna read this one, Delilah?
Yes. Who? All right. Who remembers the infamous Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction during the halftime show? Who was it? Who did it happen to? And what Super Bowl was it? Come on, everybody's got
Timberlake. I know it was Justin Timberlake's. You know, when he performed with Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Some boobies were shown on national TV for the first time. I thought it was awesome. Shout out to the. But what Super Bowl was that? That was
in 2004.
Oh man, the classic years, 2004, way back.
Yes.
Man,
and it was Super Bowl 38.
Yes.
And he basically, without her permission, without her consent, like in the moment, like, you know, basically like showed her nipple to the world. And it created controversy, y'all. I cannot explain why we can see blood splattered everywhere.
Yeah.
One nipple shot and everybody has a heart attack.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had to endure Adam Levine without a shirt on during the Super Bowl, and I didn't want to see that. So
it led to controversy. They have more regulation now during the live broadcast because of that. And then Anthony shared with me that it made YouTube what it is because people couldn't find it because obviously people want to see Janet Jackson's nipple.
Yes.
So something I learned was it basically created YouTube because everybody wanted to find it. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It was like the most like Googled thing for like a few weeks after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Big time.
Oh, one thing. I'm sorry. The blackout for Beyonce was actually the Ravens and 49ers Super Bowl because it was the Harbaugh brothers. Sorry, I just wanted to go back and fix that one.
I thought the blackout was at the New Orleans.
The blackout was the Harbaugh Bowl, which was known for, and then it became the Blackout Bowl.
But going back to this, it really upset me that Justin Timberlake did not take any like sort of like accountability. Didn't apologize to her for a long time.
Decades later.
Snuck into the background with that. So
I agree with you.
Yeah.
JT let Janet, like he left her out to dry.
Yes, he did.
She was
questionable things about JT.
Yeah, she handled a lot of the crazy
they blamed
happened.
her. They blamed her.
Like she didn't rip off her shirt. Like,
no.
Anyway, one more question. We're ladies who respect each other and other women, so obviously we're a little heated about that.
Right.
All right, one last question.
All right, the last question. Kate, read this one.
Who is the only player to have won Super Bowl MVP honors 3 times?
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken, this person also happens to be Sean's favorite quarterback. I think it's
Yes, I think it is as well. Yes.
Speaking of 49ers.
Joe Montana.
Thank you, Kate. Kate's like leading everybody to
49ers.
Speaking of 49ers.
Look, Joe
little
Montana
hint.
earned MVP titles. Man, freaking how many? 3 times leading his team to a victory in each of them.
Yeah.
I loved watching him in Super Bowls. Gosh, him and Jerry Rice were just
they were phenomenal.
My favorites to watch ever.
The good old days.
Flawless.
I really loved that generation of football. I really loved it. It was
like
gritty.
The last of the tough.
They were tough. They beat the tar out of each other.
They really did.
You could tear your heads off of that during that time.
They really did. All right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll, we're getting towards the end, but we're still here. Don't leave. A quick commercial break and we'll be back. I think you're muted.
There we go. Shout out to our boy Anton Bitten. Awesome artisan. You see what he can do. I mean, the video shows it all. The man truly has talent. So if you're in the need of something done to your home, to your backyard, please hit up our boy. He's part of the Let's Talk Football family.
Sure is.
Awesome artisans, Anton Benton. Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's go. All right, so we got to move on to our next segment. We got some off-season wish lists. And I know there's plenty for my team, so I'll just go last. You know, Kate, what is your... Come on, tell us what the franchise... What's your off-season wish list?
Well, I kind of have two teams, so we'll start with one. Right now, I'm very, very excited that they raised the cap in the NFL because that means we can get more for the team that I need. For the Bengals, it's defense and a few more offensive linemen. I'm really hoping that we can sign Jamar Chase to his extension. I hope we can secure T. Higgins and we can get Trey Hendrickson the money he needs to stay on because he's our defensive force. I mean, we technically had, for the Bengals, the three best players in the NFL when you look at offense and you look at Jamar Chase, he had the Triple Crown for receiving. Trey Hendrickson led the league in sacks. So, and then Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and other things. But anyway, I'm really hoping that they can do a very smart draft. There's a lot of good players that I know could offer really good pieces to the puzzle in Cincinnati if they're available and they can draft right. The draft should be really interesting this year. It's a really big mix of players.
Yeah.
So there's some quarterbacks that are good, some defensive players that are good.
I like that. I want to see other positions shine besides the quarterback.
Oh, definitely. Like right now, Mason Graham, one of our defensive linemen, is supposed to be drafted the top of defense and maybe be picked 5th in the draft. He is a freak of nature. He he's in the draft after after his junior year. He's not going to be like one of those 8th-year seniors. So anyway, but getting back to the Lions, I'm just curious to see like what this new coaching staff is going to look like.
Yeah.
So we got completely gutted with Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson leaving, and we'll see how the new offensive and defensive coordinator are. I'm sure Brad Holmes would not have okayed their promotions and their hirings if he didn't think they would be good.
True.
But like right now we have a lot going on at the Lions if you're thinking about it. But currently with the new cap, they are talking about more and more pursuing Myles Garrett to be the bookend to Hutch. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition in Detroit. But that would be, you don't even know, girls. I would be like, get that. I love Myles Garrett. He is probably one of my very top defensive players that I enjoy watching in the league because I love watching defense. We all know this. So if he could bookend Hotch, who's coming back really well from his injury, and they could be lights out together. But we have a lot of defensive players for Detroit that still need to be like looked at. We have Kirby Joseph, who led the league in interceptions. We have lots of other players that McNeil and everybody else that we need to see if we have the money for them on top of trying to get a Myles Garrett. So yeah, we have a lot. But we've already signed a lot of our players last season to their extensions that are key and integral, like Penny Sewell and Amon-Ra. So it's just who do we keep and who can we get rid of? But I'm really hoping Brad Holmes pursues Myles Garrett because I think we need him. I think he'd be a better choice than keeping Zadarius Smith, who we brought on halfway through the season when Hutch got injured, because I think he's more tenacious and gritty and fast and everything else. But there's talks about getting rid of Hendon Hooker because we brought back Teddy Bridgewater. So we have that like a second quarterback kind of secured for Goff. But yeah, for the Bengals and the Lions, those would be my off-season moves. I think it just depends. I think Brad Holmes will be a wizard and a genius like he always is with the draft. So I have no qualms about that, but my Bengals don't always draft smart.
I understand. Trust me. Speaking of a team that there's is not drafting smart either. What do you think, Kate? I mean, Delilah. What is yours?
Okay,
Your
I'm
wish
also
list.
before my wish list. I want to bring in Handy, our producer, so
Let's
he
go.
can add to this segment.
Let's go.
And he gets the choice of whom he wants to speak about, because I know he's still a little raw, and I get it. I'm a Bears fan. So I'll go and I'll give him a chance to collect his thoughts. So a reality check for me is, now that Virginia, God rest her soul, because she was a matriarch of football. I will never take that away from her. I hope the Suns do what they said to get Ben Johnson here and let him take over the draft. Let him pick the guys that he needs. I really want a great draft this time around. We still have a high pick because of how awful we played. And so that's the reality check for me, for my team, is let the coach who knows football do his job. That's the reality check. We don't need a quarterback. We don't need, we don't need wide receivers. Please don't get a position we don't need. We need a guy. We need a secondary on defense, and we definitely need an O-line. Okay, we need an O-line. Please, Ben Johnson, fix our O-line. That's the reality check. Caleb cannot run for his life for another season. That must end. We must break the curse of every quarterback that comes to Chicago running for his life all season. Anthony told me this kid is special. He could play football with some good coaching, right? Because he's a little raw. I know people said he's got a little temper tantrum sometimes, but he's a good kid. I like how he's been in Chicago. Chicago people we're a blue collar city. And so he's been super chill with us. He's been out there, and he did that cool commercial that just came out, with McMahon. And so, he knows at least that role of, if you're in Chicago, you got to be that blue collar quarterback. And so I'm glad that he gets that. And so I hope he's not running for his life. That's the reality check for my team.
I love it. I love it. Oh, my dog is going crazy right now. I don't know why. But go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead. Tell us what yours is. I think you're on mute. You're on mute.
Go ahead. You should be good.
All righty then. I'm going to start with my beloved Falcons, who for some reason just do not appear on my wall of fame. I have no idea why. If they ever make up that 25-point deficit from that Super Bowl, maybe I might think about it. Anyway. The Falcons, they're going to have some needs. We drafted Pitts thinking that he was going to be the stud that he was in college, and he turned out to, aside from one really good season, he hasn't really done anything to stand out. There is some talk of him maybe making his way to replace a certain tight end that might or might not be not in Kansas City at the end of the season, because it's come out that he's been given until the trade deadline, I think it is, or right before the combine or something like that, to make up his mind what he's going to do. So I definitely would be looking at a tight end. Although I can't really think of any that really stand out in college ball this past season. I mean, if it had been a couple years ago, could have been dude who played for that team. Okay, I got to do it real quick so Nick don't see it, and then we'll start the show. The very first show of the season, Nick will kick me off the show. Yeah, because Brock's on a rookie deal in Oakland. Tight end, I think we need a couple more pieces. I think our offensive line performed pretty admirably, but there were some times when there were some breakdowns, and that was around about the time when Kirk had to run, and we knew that he couldn't because he couldn't run before he got hurt. So he definitely couldn't run after he got hurt. And we got a quarterback who, much like RG3, who is mobile and quick and nimble, but he's already got 2 strikes on his knees, and they need to really protect him. And I think we need another couple of pieces in the defense. And quite possibly a backup to Young Wei Koo, who has started having problems. Our kicker, he's been that kid used to be automatic, and now he's like Young Wei who?
Yeah. No, I get it. Especially now
So-
the kickers can kick from 50 like it's nothing, right? Like it kind of
50 yard field
It's like
goals
nothing now.
are the new 30-yard dingers.
Michigan's got a stud of a tight end in the draft called
Right.
Colston Loveland,
Okay.
who is really, really good. Colston Loveland, our tight end.
Tell you what, I tell you what, Miss Cat, that's very kind of you. I'm gonna have your people call my people. We'll make some calls.
We
See what
will
happens.
talk about it. We'll make it refuse.
Hey, Paulie. This nice lady here is gonna call. She's gonna call your number. You be nice to her, okay? Take her to some lonely or something. But yeah,
But
that
Colston would be a great tight end.
okay. I'll definitely keep my eyes out to see where he winds up. And then my other team, it's getting to be that time of the year. Pro football is over the NFL, but you've got USF, XF, LMFO, LMFAO. Everybody, we got that coming up.
The USFL.
Yeah, but jokes aside, it's getting ready to the WFA Women's Football Alliance is getting ready to kick off here in just a few weeks. And a team that I have adopted as my second favorite professional football team, the Oklahoma City Lady Force, will be coming back for redemption. Well, hold on. Let me back up. The 6-time Women's Football Alliance
Let's
champion,
go.
Oklahoma City Lady Force, and soon to put number 7 on the map because they got to get 7 because watch me make Janae shiver a little bit. It doesn't isn't there a book to say something about 7 being a number of
Come on, you better preach. You better
completion?
preach.
It's a completion when you get 7. It's complete. Now, don't mean you're done. It just means the recipe is just right. So it's a number of completion. So they got to get that number. They got to get number 7. And they're absolutely awesome to watch. I really can't think of anything that they would need. I haven't been to any practices yet. They have been training. I don't know I do know one player, Layla Alvarez, retired. She retired to finish up some school stuff and move into the professional world, but was absolutely, I mean, this was a woman I wouldn't have wanted to square up with. You know, dudes is like, oh, I Oklahoma drill with a woman. I wouldn't. Not with Layla. Not at all. Layla's bigger than me. I'm 6'1". Okay. But I'm really looking forward to seeing them play. If anything, I would say that for the Lady Force, wow. You know what? Honestly, I can't think of anything they need because they beat the snot out of everybody all season. They beat the snot out of everybody all season. They only fell short when it came to the playoffs. So I don't know. I think Coco, that's what they call Coach. I think Coach is going to have to get them tight. And we'll see because I know they're hungry. They want, because there are a lot of players that have been playing with the squad for a long time that would like to get another championship before they hang the cleats up. So I think this is definitely the year. Lot more of the same. They're going to beat people upside the head all season. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to get a chance now that I've polished up my PA skills to get on the mic now at a couple of games if they would allow me. So Lady Force, if y'all are watching and y'all need a PA dude, I'll let you boy. So that's what I've got for my teams.
Let's go. All right, mine will be real short. I just want a splash player. Just trade for a splash player. I don't care. We usually, I in my opinion, we do great at the draft because we always get, all these Pro Bowlers. We don't win anything, but we definitely have Pro Bowlers that are bred from the draft, come straight up, and they ended up being great players to go somewhere else and win Super Bowls. So this is just what happens. We draft good, but if we could just get a great trade, somebody that will make the Dallas Cowboy team excited, that's what I'm on for. So
all right.
any great player.
I thought you would go deeper into it.
So many good things that are coming out. I'll take it. All right, moving on to the next one.
And we're gonna do a little fun one. I know it would be funny, but hey, why not, right? And
why not? You gotta do it. Way too early Super Bowl prediction. I'm gonna say, think the Detroit Lions will get there and the Buffalo Bills. Come on, why not? I take the Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills, 2 blues. Let's see what happens.
That was supposed to be this Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, according to the next logo, it's all blue and white. So
hey, and if the logo conspiracy, it could be. Delilah, what you got?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was funny. As far as the NFC, our conference is so bad. Except for okay, it's supposed to be way too early Super Bowl predictions. So I'm gonna go with Bills finally make it. And let's see, on the AFC side, on the NFC side, sorry, I said AFC, I realized, sorry, I flipped those. So for AFC, the Bills. And then for the NFC, just for fun, I'm going to say Ben's team, Tampa.
Ooh, love it.
They had a good run.
Oklahoma, the entire state of Oklahoma would lose their collective mind if Baker Mayfield played in the Super Bowl.
They had a great run this season.
They had a great run.
They did.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Kate, what was yours?
Mine are going to be the Bengals and the Lions. I think Joe Burrow, it's his time to get to the Super Bowl. And it's his time to shine in a Super Bowl and prove everybody wrong about him and that he is the man. And I think that Dan Campbell, gosh darn it, he got robbed for Coach of the Year when you beat the coach that won twice. So I think it's his turn to prove everyone wrong. So there's a player and a coach that needs to prove people. So I'm going Dan Campbell versus Joe Burrow.
Let's go. I love it. Anthony, who you got for your way too early prediction?
Well, there is in the American Football Conference, and as I hasten to my seat, there's a battle-tested veteran who people doubted and have doubted over and over again, and he has proven his worth. That will, with the aid of what is given to him, gifted to him by way of the draft. See, the beautiful thing about a draft, Church, is sometimes, when you're driving down the highway and you get behind the 18-wheeler and you slide in, that's the draft. And with the help of the draft and this warrior's talents, they will eventually climb over the top of the mountain, peek over, and not only see the promised land, but march down into it. And then on the other side, almost like a young shepherd boy who could play the lute and lull the king to sleep, who has awakened the spirit in a team that was once great and then became an afterthought. And now the hope has arisen anew within the congregation of that team. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next February, playing in Super Bowl. What was this one? 59, Super Bowl 59, playing in Super Bowl 60. The 60th. This will be none other than a Capital Beltway series with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens take on the Washington left hand up, as Mr. Sean Spencer would like to say. The Beltway series.
I like that one too.
I love that one.
Absolute minds.
I would love to see that.
The new incumbent MVP against the MVP that almost was against the rookie of the year, and it will be an epic battle of many proportions. And the tribes of Judah and Zab and Israel will retell the story for generations to come.
Oh my God, that was epic.
The doors of the church are now open. It won't be this way always. Come on now.
Man, I would love to see
Janae,
that.
can I say it?
Actually.
Can I say one thing? Does that make you crazy?
That's exactly makes him crazy.
You know what?
Thank you, Anthony, for being on the show.
That was beautiful. Well, it is time to get out because the ladies have the final say next, but that's funny. Good timing.
Oh,
all right, ladies.
but
I'm gonna step back. Listen, wait a minute. Before y'all kick me out.
Good.
Before I step back in the background, those of you watching this show right now need to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. The very first podcast I did was like 15 years ago, and we used to close the show by saying tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
We have ladies here talking football. You hear what I'm saying? You have ladies talking football. There are not very many. You can find podcasts where there might be a female co-host or there might be a female producer, but you do not find many podcasts talking professional football where the cast is all female. These ladies are all outstanding and dynamic and well-versed in what they're talking about. So, ladies, if y'all are here watching right now, if you're watching the replay, if you watching it right now, ladies supporting ladies. What is the movement? Ladies for ladies is what I don't know. I'm sorry. Support. Listen, all that talk about supporting your sisters. Support your sisters. I know y'all like looking at Shannon Sharp, and I know y'all like talking about. Oh my God, Pat McAfee looks like it would be so much fun. Come in and check these ladies out. They're every football season here every Thursday, and then on top of that, you got the whiz kid who joined the team 2 years ago and never had been a fan of football. Well, had been a fan of football, but hadn't studied the game. Who now is almost could talk football with the best. She was talking about salary cap and stuff.
I know, right?
You understand me? Now she may be a fan of a team that is a rival of my favorite team, but y'all support these ladies. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If you got a boyfriend that like football, tell him that he can't have no snuggles till he sit down and watch this football game with you and watch how quick he changes his attitude. Anyway, I ain't gonna go too far. Ladies, it has been a pleasure being on the show with you this season. Thank you for trusting me to be your producer. And I love each and every one of y'all. I got to look the right direction. I love each and every one. I got to figure out where in space y'all are. Wait, it's more like that. Well, I love y'all. And I'm gonna let y'all take it home. I'll be back in the background. Y'all take her. Wait a minute. Do I have to hit the remove button? Yes, that's the one. No, I don't want to get kicked out. I'll let you put me back here.
All right. That was funny.
Gotta love our boy Anthony, man. He holds us down in the background. Gotta love him, man. Thank you so much, Anthony, for all you do for the show and for being our biggest advocate, shouting us out to people, letting us know that we are the best woman show around. We are, absolutely. We know the game. All right, ladies, our last segment, we have the questions. And I'll just go ahead and end it with, it's an honor to work with you guys every week in and week out. You guys know my schedule gets crazy, but just like family does, whenever you can't be there, they step in, or whatever you need help, or a hug or a prayer or anything, you guys are always there for me. And I could not be more happy with saying yes to the request from Kate. And then now we have been doing this year after year, and it just makes my whole soul, we always have that conversation of, all right, we're going to do it next year. This year it's like Delilah's like, we're doing it. We're going next year. And it's no question, we're all super excited about what this show has done already and what it's going to be. So I can't wait to do this with you guys next season. It is an honor, Kate and Delilah and Nicole, to work with you guys every week. You guys are amazing people, amazing woman, and it's just an honor that I get to be around you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That is my final say. Kate, what is yours?
To piggyback off you, ladies, we're going into season 5 next year.
Woo!
We've been doing this a while. And
yes.
I am so fortunate and blessed to be able to come every other Thursday with you ladies and talk sports, because 100%. I have a family that really doesn't want to hear me talk sports because I'll give you a little hint. It's what's on my TV 90 to 95. I don't watch a lot of news anymore. I turned off. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of TV. I can't tell you the last time I've even watched a TV series or show all the way through. I watch sports. So the fact that I get to come on every other Thursday with you ladies and Nicole and to do this, and thank you ladies for coming along on this journey when I mentioned it several years ago that I wanted to do this because I was tired of going on the men's shows and not being able to talk and speak and have a voice and have my time. It's nice to do that with you ladies. And we're all very respectful of each other and we're all very mindful of each other. And we just are genuinely love each other. And I think that's what makes our show work so well is that, and we have our diversity of us, and we have Canada, Virginia, Illinois, Michigan. Who would have ever thought? And the different backgrounds we bring, and that we don't all love the same teams and the same players. It's just beautiful. And the melting pot that we have every other Thursday is just beautiful. And I got to give kudos to one of the other OGs, Sean, for when I brought this idea to say thank you to him. Because look at where we've come and where we're going to go. And I love that every season we re-look at the show and we shake it up and add new things. And I love how on top of everything, Delilah, you always are with us.
Yes.
Keep us in check. It's the teacher in you. I know it is.
We love it.
We love it, and we love you. And Janae, the energy you bring. When I posted that, being around your energy is like one of the best medicines that a girl could ever ask for. And Delilah, your sassiness, I love it every Thursday. Like, to be around you ladies is like medicine. And it's some of the best medicine that this lady could ever ask for. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, I look forward to season 5.
Let's go!
Oh my God.
And I absolutely love and adore you both. And Nicole, wherever you're watching, I love and adore you. And thank you for coming on, because this is why I brought you on, is for what Anthony said. I wanted you to learn football. And by asking you to come on, you have grown exponentially in your knowledge and your wisdom. Yeah. So with that being said, as Sean would say, let's go season 5.
I love it. I love it. Delilah, what you got?
Yeah, well, I love you ladies. And Nicole, have fun in your convention. I can't wait to see all the videos and photos and pictures that you take. Like I said, she's really talented, y'all. Like, go follow her social medias. Like, she's so good and talented. Like, I don't know how to make anything. So I'm always like in awe of people who could do that. I go to conventions, but I don't do the cosplay because I don't have the time to sew stuff. But I do like the conferences. So I hope you're having a nice time. We miss you. We miss your quirkiness. There's always you always say something that ends up being a soundbite. So we missed you tonight because we're sure we would have heard some amazing ones today. And so thank you so much, Nicole, for joining us. And you've been a breath of fresh air. and you always like make us laugh, and we love you, and
Yes.
can't wait to have you back in season 5. Janae, like, you always breathe me. I'm not a very spiritual person, but you make me one when I hear your voice, you know, so I appreciate that. Like, you always, you know, I love watching your beautiful family online as well. I'm not stalking you. I just see the videos sometimes.
I love
it.
it.
I'm like,
Stalk
oh,
me,
adorable.
stalk me.
Because I said when you say things like that, they're like, oh, like, no, it's not like that.
No, I know.
Kate, thank you. Your valuable knowledge of football, it like far surpasses what I know, because I know stuff, but you go really into like the actual
Any of us
stats and like, you know, college like the back of your hand. You know, that's your expertise has been invaluable, which is why I was asked like, oh, what about this list? I don't know. Like, how about these guys? And so like, you know, that's why I thank you. And this season, you have your own segment where you actually break down stats, choose your own top 10, choose your own stuff, because that's how the analysts do it.
Yes.
All the other supposed professional shows. So I'm glad that, you know, you could bring that and show people that a woman could do it too. Do their own top 10, do their own like analysis of best players. You know what I mean? That's fantastic. Like, I love it. But I love you ladies, because it also helps me. This honestly like takes me away from like regular life. This is something that I always look forward to. I love Handy in the background. Like, he's been our biggest fan for the longest time. Outside of the OG Sean, because he's always a fan of us. You know, that's who he is. But Anthony has been in our comments for years, like from the beginning, like shouting us out, like giving us props. But everybody who's also been, Scott, I know you're not on here tonight, but you've been hilarious this whole season. Ben, you've been lovely all season as well. Don't think we don't see your comments, because sometimes we don't, not because we don't want to, but we can't see your comments live. We see them later, and then we reply, we try. And so we try our best. And so thank you everybody who's been supporting us. I cannot believe that next season is our 5th season. That is bananas to me, like unbelievable. But I love y'all, and like I always say, like, take care of your well-being, you know, go for walks, take care of your mental health. We're all advocates of that. So whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, your heart, your spirit, your mind, your physical well-being, whatever that is, take that time for that. You deserve it. Unplug sometimes. It's okay. Take times when you're not online anywhere, or you're just like, you know, if you're not a reader, there's other things you could do. If you want to just lie in silence, honestly, for a few minutes, nothing wrong with that either, you know?
Yes.
Like, take that time to unplug and disconnect. You are allowed that time. Do not let anybody tell you that just because you take a break, you don't care, you don't have empathy, you don't have compassion. But in order for you to function, you cannot take all that negative energy in all the time, every day, all time, every day. It's impossible to survive that way.
Yes.
And so when you take a moment for yourself, for self-care, you're not being selfish. Because how are you going to help others if you're not helping yourself? And I feel like, who said that? I feel like I'm Jerry Springer. Is that what he said? Be good to yourself.
I think you're right.
I think, is it right that he goes off like that?
Yeah.
So anyway, but you know what I mean. Take care of yourself, and then you can take care of other people. I love everybody. I'm so excited. I can't wait to come back in season 5. I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I got
Yay! The future is there. She's going to take over for us when we retire.
Come here. Finished our last episode of season 4. We cannot wait to come back with you guys. Quinn, say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See y'all later. Come back next season.
We'll be back.
Be here. I cannot wait.
We will be here
later. We will be here. Bye.